on Weekend Landscaping, we'll show you how to create a pathway that will delight the senses and direct the eye. We'll use unique materials that'll make you feel as though you've stepped into an exotic location somewhere in time. And we'll add palms and other plants that'll give this pathway a Mediterranean flair. Get ready to be transported today on Weekend Landscaping. Hi, and welcome to the show that inspires and challenges you to turn your yard into a beautiful living space. I'm Jessie Mack Burns. We're in the process of landscaping the property around this house, and today we're going to address creating a focal point in this yard, or more accurately, how to bring focus to that area. We've already built an attractive fire pit / conversation ring at the back of the yard, and we also created a garden-framed archway at the front. But there's this big empty lawn area that diminishes the impact of both spaces. So we decided to borrow an idea from the French and create a pathway, or allée as they call it, that will bridge both areas together and draw the eye through the archway to the fire ring. We'll use strong vertical elements along the path and put in interesting Mediterranean plants to give an exotic feel. Now when we're finished, our allée will tie this whole yard together beautifully. So let's go see how we designed our pathway. Using our design software, we put a digital picture of the space into our computer. Since the fire ring is the focal point at the back of the space, we want to center our pathway on that. Now the house that the allée is next to is a mid-century modern design, so we want to be sure that our path complements the spare, clean design of the house. We're going to use the pea gravel for the path because it's a clean, simple material, and it'll tie in with the material we've used in the fire ring. Now next we'll install some columns. Then we'll put lights and nodes for a dramatic effect at night. And finally, we'll plant some palms and other interesting plants to give the allée a little more presence and allure. And that's it. That's our allée. The degree of difficulty of this job is a 3 on a scale of 5, with 5 being the most difficult. If you're an intermediate do-it-yourselfer, doing this project with a helper will take you about 16 hours over 1 weekend to complete. A complete list of the materials we're using are available on the website at DIYnet.com. The plants that we're using are for the Southwest region, but you should use plants that grow well in your particular climate zone. In preparation for this project, you should remove any grass or ground cover on the site. I'm ready to get started, so allée, here we come. We went ahead and had our grass removed, and we are centering our pathway on the existing fire pit. Now, in order to make it look longer, we're using a forced perspective, meaning that as the path gets closer to the fire pit, it'll narrow. Now we'll start the path at this end at 4.5 feet wide. And by the time it reaches the other end, it will only be 4 feet. But it'll be so gradual, you'll hardly notice it. But this will really force your eye to focus on the other end of the path. Now the first thing I need to do is find my center point.
Other ways of drawing attention to a focal point? A pathway is a perfect example. It leads your eye on the ground plane. Plant materials with color will draw your eye. If there's a stronger element that you want to focus on, put a hot color like a red or a yellow, and your eye will immediately go to it.
Although you can use flour or chalk when marking out measurements, when you're creating very precise angles or long straight lines, it's best to use string line and stakes. We want our pathway to become gradually more narrow, and with the string line in place, we won't stray off of the mark. Now our entire pathway is 32 feet long, so I want to end up with 4 equal sections. So the first thing I need to do is start our first section in 4 feet from the beginning of the walkway. The columns closest to the archway are going to be placed 4 feet away from the front edge. The following sets of columns will be spaced 8 feet apart. This will leave a distance of 4 feet from the last set of columns to the edge of the fire pit entrance. This will center the 4 sets of columns within the 32-foot distance. We've left 22 inches on both sides of our pathway for the columns and for planting. Our columns are 12 inches in diameter, so we're measuring in 16 inches from the edge of the pathway. This gives our center point for the placement of each column, And that'll leave us with 10 inches of planting room in front of each column. Now these are the columns that we're going to be installing on each side of our allée. Now believe it or not, these are actually stormwater pipes. That's pretty neat. Now I talked earlier about forcing the perspective of the path, and the columns are going to help reinforce that. Now we're using 4 columns on each side, so we've had them cut so that they progressively get shorter as they near the fire pit. Now since we want to create a little mystery along our path and also provide some soft lighting at night, we're going to install some lights inside each of the columns. So we've gone ahead and drilled some holes in each of the columns, and we've also cut a little doorway here at the bottom, and that way we can install the lights in each of the columns. Now then we painted them, and voila, magnificent columns for our garden. Now I did save one because I want to show you how we did this. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start drilling holes up and down each of the columns. And then the lights that will be inside will be able to shine through each of those holes. Now, a word of caution, you want to make sure that you're using safety glasses and gloves because these pipes are steel and they're going to throw off a lot of pipe metal, okay? So I'm ready to go ahead and get started.
I think it is fun, especially in this day and age where we use our gardens as kind of places to have fun and relax, to use playful materials. Just go to a home store and walk around and just look at the fun things that are there and just think, how can I use this in an unusual way? You can have a lot of fun that way.
Okay, got all of my holes in. I've got 10 of them randomly spaced throughout. And now it's time for us to go ahead and put our door in. This is where it's going to help us put our light in. So I'm going to have Sergio help me with this little too big of a project for me. Sergio?
You can cut really heavy gauge pieces of metal with a diamond bit grinder. A grinder that has little pieces of diamond. It's a really hard surface. You can also, if you're more adventurous and you're more skilled, you can use a cutting torch.
Thanks, Sergio. Now, there's a whole lot more to do when we come back, and we'll turn our columns into twinkling towers, and we'll show you how to make a path that you'll love to travel. We'll do it all for you on Weekend Landscaping.
For delicious meals from the ground up, look no further than Paul James Homegrown Cooking.
Weekdays at noon Eastern on DIY Network.
Only Lowe's offers more water solutions from Whirlpool than anyone else in the country. And now, for the first time ever, Lowe's introduces Whirlpool's Ultra Ease, an innovative water purification system that you can install in virtually minutes. No plumbing tools, no problem. So come to Lowe's, and you can go from hard water to salt, or make tap water as pure as mountain spring. And Lowe's promises low prices every day, guaranteed. Lowe's, improving home improvement.
A DIY project is something you can really get your arms around. Out with the old, in with the new. Everything's looking good and under control, when all of a sudden you're in way over your head. That's why there's DIY to the rescue. Our home repair experts are hitting the highway to help do-it-yourselfers everywhere that are in too deep. DIY to the rescue. Back-to-back episodes tonight at 10 Eastern on DIY Network.
We're 4 hours into our Level 3 project for intermediate do-it-yourselfers. We're creating a transitional pathway that'll link the front of the yard with the back and highlight the focal point of the yard, the fire ring. We've laid out our space and drilled, cut, and painted our columns. Now we're ready to install them. Okay, our columns are going to go in and they're going to be installed on either side of our path. And as I mentioned earlier, we'll put them so that the tallest columns are here at the front of the archway, and then the shortest ones are near the back at the fire pit. Now this will force the eye towards the back of the yard. We're planting the columns 12 inches into the ground to give them greater stability. Our columns vary in size from 6 feet visible near the archway to 4 feet visible near the fire pit. You want to backfill the holes around the columns with dirt and make sure that each column is level and plumb both vertically and horizontally.
When you're having some unusual object in your yard that you know will look really good, there might be times when you have to take it to a professional to get it altered to fit into your space, say to a metal shop to make certain holes, to have some lighting fixtures installed. When you're planting up a garden, look at the nature around you. In the Southwest, the colors are very dramatic. You've got really strong, bold colors, like the reds of the clays and the grays that really contrast nicely, and the deep blue skies, so maybe a deep blue accent would really capture that feeling of the desert.
Now you're noticing we're wanting to make sure that the squares that we cut in our pipes are towards the back. They're not facing in of the walkway. So that's really a good thing to remember to do. And all of our little small holes, about 10 of them, are shooting out towards the walkway. Now we want to make sure and anchor our columns, so we're going to be filling them with about a foot or so of gravel. And we can use the opening we cut in the back for our lights. Now this is also going to give us a place to set our light fixture. So now we've got all of our columns in place, and remember what I was telling you about perspective? It really works. Now we're ready to install our light filters. Now we're going to use these lightweight acrylic discs to cap off the top of our columns. They're translucent and they'll give off a really nice glow at the top. Now I'm just going to use a bolt and a nut and place it. We've already pre-drilled some holes here. I'm just going to insert that in. Now the nut's just holding our bolt in place to keep it straight, and I've got 3 placed in. And then you just take the disc and set that in carefully. And voila. You can come back, we've already painted our bolts, and you can come back and paint it the color to match your column. Now we're putting in our low voltage lighting system. Now each light has a stake on it, so we can just plant it right inside the column into the gravel that we put in there earlier.
Low voltage is the best for the do-it-yourselfer. There's just no question about it. When you start working with 120 volts, which is a dangerous voltage, a voltage that can kill you, if you're just plugging into a receptacle that an electrician has provided for you or will provide for you at the various locations, then it's not that much of a problem.
Our low voltage lighting system uses 35-watt halogen bulbs, which will give us brighter light than some low voltage systems. Low voltage systems don't need to be wired into your home's electrical system. They work off of a transformer that plugs into a GFCI outlet. You simply lay the cable, attach the individual lights to it, and attach the cable to the transformer. Our cable will be covered with plants, so we won't even see it. Next, we're going to show you how to add style to ordinary surfacing materials, and we'll give our alley a Mediterranean flavor. That's coming up on Weekend Landscaping.
That's what you'll be saying if you don't buy your hardwood flooring at Lumber Liquidators. Look at these incredible sale prices on hardwood flooring now at Lumber Liquidators. Over 900,000 square feet of Bruce pre-finished flooring. That's over 60 truckloads of solid 3/4 inch. Armstrong's Bruce pre-finished flooring for $2.79 per square foot while it lasts. Antique oak laminate flooring, now 78 cents per square foot. That's right, 78 cents per square foot for click laminate with a 10-year warranty. 3/4 inch solid oak flooring, 99 cents per square foot. Bellawood 50-year pre-finished hardwood flooring. This is the flooring Bob Vila put in his own home.
Bellawood comes with a 50-year warranty on the finish, the best in the industry. In fact, I like the quality of the flooring so much that I've put it in my own home.
Bellawood is now available at Lumber Liquidators from $2.95 per square foot. Visit Lumber Liquidators now for the best prices anywhere on great hardwood flooring. Call 1-800-FLOORING. That's 1-800-FLOORING, or visit lumberliquidators.com.
It's my game, my picture.
It's my movies, my favorite TV shows.
Panasonic introduces the only DVD recorder with a hard drive that stores up to 700 hours of your favorite stuff. Call for your free DVD recorder guide now.
It's my home video.
It's my vacation. It's gotta be my game.
These are my TV shows.
Your life.
Wow.
Now available on DVD. Panasonic. Ideas for life.
Tools allow a man to make more tools. Take your standard toothbrush. A fine instrument all in itself, but when its days in the bathroom are over. Bingo. Reincarnation. That's contributing to the great circle of tools. That's living the high life.
How much are you paying for internet service? $21? $23? Aren't you being charged too much? We think so. With People PC Online, you get unlimited internet access for only $10.95 a month. Go to peoplepc.com now to try us free for 30 days and compare us with your current ISP. With People PC Online, you get internet service for less than half of what the big guys cost. And that's just the beginning. You also get more local access numbers than AOL, plus a smart dialer that automatically chooses the fastest, most reliable number. So you always get the best connection. All for just $10.95 a month. Try People PC Online free for 30 days and see for yourself. Go to peoplepc.com for a quick 3-minute download of our easy-to-use software. Or call 1-800-748-7451. People PC Online, a better way to internet.
Need a hand with that project? Try the DIY tutorials at the all-new DIYnetwork.com/tutorials. Now nearly 100 home improvement projects are always within your reach, each with easy-to-follow animated instructions to guide you step by step, every step of the way. The DIY tutorials are sponsored by Lowe's, improving home improvement. Online at the all-new DIYnetwork.com/tutorials.
We're 8 hours into our project of creating an alley to link our garden entrance to our backyard fire pit. We've laid out our path and installed columns that'll give this pathway some flair. Now we're ready to surface our path and start planting. The degree of difficulty of this project is a 3 on a scale of 5, with 5 being the most difficult. And if you've missed any of these steps, just go to our website at DIYnet.com. They have a complete set of directions as well as a list of all the materials we'll be using. Now we'll be putting down pea gravel as our surfacing material on our path, so we need to install some 1x3s to help keep it in place. When using wood for borders, be sure that it's a weather-resistant variety such as cedar, or that it's been treated to resist moisture. We're laying our borders against the string line that we laid out and using stakes to keep it in place.
Alternatives for edging in landscapes are simple rock borders. I'm kind of enamored with the wonderful simple mosaics that are laid in concrete with rocks on edge that you often find in Mediterranean climates, in Italy, for instance.
Our borders are in, and now we're ready to lay our pea gravel walking surface. Now, pea gravel may sound pretty ordinary, but it's the perfect choice for a French-style alley. Now, the French use a lot of pea gravel, and it's economical, too. Come on, Jose.
Pea gravel is a great surfacing material to use for just about anything from fire pits to pathways because it's inexpensive, it's easy to move, it's easy to take out if you ever want to change it, where some materials are really difficult to remove from a landscape. Pea gravel's easy to get out. It cleans really easily, you can hose it down. It's a really adaptable material.
Pea gravel is a great surfacing material because it comes in such a variety of colors and textures that you can get something as small as a 1/4 inch, or you can get something as large as 1 inch in diameter, and you can get it crushed, you can get it smooth textured.
Okay, we've got all of our pea gravel in, and I'm thinking it's looking pretty good. And you know what time it is? Planting time. We've chosen all kinds of interesting plants with a Mediterranean flavor, which are very appropriate for a French allée. And we've gone ahead and we've spotted everything into place, so a planting we go. Blue fescue is an ornamental grass named for its distinctive blue-gray foliage. It works great in borders and in rock gardens, and it prefers a well-drained soil. Sannalina is a mounding plant that tolerates heat and dry conditions. During the summer, it blooms with buttons of yellow flowers, and if you crush the foliage, it gives off a pungent aroma. Now, we're not finished yet, so don't go away when we'll finish off this alley with even more plants that you'll love. Wait till you see the results on Weekend Landscaping.
From quilting to clothing, Singer has always been a part of sewing, and we still are with the Quantum 9910, an affordable electronic machine with incredible features. It makes sewing easier with needle up, needle down, makes decorating fun with multiple built-in buttonholes, and makes expressing yourself a joy through personalized lettering. The Quantum 9910, great features and a 30-day money-back guarantee make for one incredible value.
How did it come to this? All these different antifreeze formulas, all these different colors. This stops now. Big Yellow's taking over. What are you talking about? Trust me, Sally. Trust Prestone's go for all makes, all model cars.
Big Yellow don't take over. I take over.
New Formula Prestone. Good for all makes, all model cars. Mixes with any color antifreeze.
Big Yellow could take over. You know, whichever.
Trust Prestone for your own protection.
Okay, sir, here's your Avis Care package with local information, traffic rules, and a map.
What would it be like if Avis didn't try harder?
Did Brad ask about me? Well,
Do you have a map?
I gave you a map. Uh-huh.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
I never.
Yes, I did.
I never got it.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Can I have another map?
No.
Okay. If we didn't try harder, we wouldn't be Avis.
Thanks.
Now rent 3 times and get a free weekend on us. Go to avis.com to find out more.
You know what he's doing. He's doing what you're doing. Look in the mirror, friends. There you are, HD ready and waiting. Don't you want Voom, the satellite service born for HD? Don't you want over 4,000 hours a week of great HD programming? Don't you want your new HD TV to rock? Voom has your favorite movies, sports, cable, and available local digital channels, and over 20 Voom HD originals only on Voom. CNET.com says it's the ultimate source for HD TV. Your TV wants more than just a few HD channels, and so do you. Feed your TV. Voom programming starts at just $49.90 per month. Sign up for 12 months now, and you'll save $150 off our standard installation. Pay just $49 for your complete HD hookup. If you want to be more thrilled, more excited, more scared, get Voom. Changing TV from something you watch into something you feel. Save $150. Call today, 1-866-593-VOOM, or visit VoomHD.com. You know you want to.
We're 14 hours into this Level 3 project of creating a pathway with style and focus. Our alley leads the eye right to our firing, and a few more plants will make this project complete. Now we've got almost all of our plants in, but I got a few more. We've got one right here, and this is a bronze leaf sedum. These are nice because they will cascade just along the ground, but it's a type of succulent. So it doesn't need a lot of water. You just happen to forget to water your garden. And the color of this is kind of dark, but it adds a little interest and changes from some of the other colors to give a little bit more texture. Now back over here behind me, this is a carex, a grass type plant, and it'll help add a little height to the garden. Once again, more of the texture with the fine leaves. But a little dark, but at the same time, Some of the older pieces turn a light brown. Now right here, believe it or not, this one is called a red yucca. But what happens is right on the edges of the plant does get a little hint of red, but looks green, but it is called a red yucca. And these are going to be great once again to also add some more texture and height to the garden.
I like to use succulents as textural interest. To me, that's their greatest value, is that smooth, often rather hard or waxy surface is a wonderful thing to play off of mixed perennials, for instance.
And as a connector for the two gardens, we've got a variegated flax that will tie the back pit area in with the pathway here.
If you're creating an LA for a southwest region, cactus, a natural choice, tall, stately, and dramatic, just a row of them down the pathway. How could you get any better?
Well, I think we've just about got everything in, and I think it looks pretty good. Wow, this is really nice. Joins the two areas together just nicely. Now take a look at what we've accomplished in just one weekend. We turned an empty space into a beautiful LA that leads the eye from the archway directly to our fire pit. Now the yard has a definite focal point, and we've managed to connect the front and the back space so that it feels like it belongs together. Now, isn't this a more interesting path to travel than the plain old grass that was here before? Let's take one more look at what this space looked like before our transformation and after. Wow, that is really nice. The two areas tie in nicely together. And this is what it looks like at night. So whoever walks this path, day or night, will feel like they've stepped into another land. And best of all, it's an affordable trip because you did it yourself. Now that's our show for today, and I hope you've been inspired to use your imagination when looking at those empty spaces in your yard. Think about using unusual materials when you create your gardens, and don't be afraid to look at your yard from a different point of view. Gardening can be an adventure and one that lasts a lifetime. I'm Jessie McBurns. Join us again next time when we'll have another exciting project on Weekend Landscaping.
See how people around the country are saving big bucks with do-it-yourself contracting. Carpentry to electrical to subcontracting. You don't have to be a pro to take control. You can do this. Real people, real projects, step-by-step instructions.
You get a great deal of satisfaction and pleasure from doing it yourself.
If you have the will, we'll show you the way. Be your own contractor. Tonight at 9:30 Eastern on DIY Network.
DIY FYI number 105, preventing pets from digging in your garden. Prior to planting, cover the ground with chicken wire. If you've already planted or mulched, clear the area, add chicken wire, and recover. Now, bend pieces of a wire hanger into a U shape and secure the corners. Pets don't like digging into wire and will look for a different place to leave their mark. DIY Network has helpful gardening and landscaping shows Saturday and Sunday beginning at 6, or anytime at DIYnetwork.com.
They say you could never have too much of a good thing, but for a newlywed couple in Philadelphia, too much yard to landscape is not good. So grounds for
soil and plant your plants as usual. The sponge pieces will absorb and hold water. When the soil becomes too dry, it'll draw moisture out of the sponges and give your plants something to drink. DIY Network has gardening and landscaping Saturday and Sunday starting at 6 or anytime at DIYnetwork.com.